I want you to understand something. You see the different things we go through as a people. You see the kind of conditions we live in. You see how we treat one another. You see what I'm saying? The reason why all this is going on with us as a people is because we break God's commandments, brother.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you ever heard them say knowledge is power? Knowledge is power. God's knowledge is power.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Let me show you something. Give me Malachi 2:7 real quick.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Come on.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
The what?
The priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So it say the priest's lips should keep knowledge. What knowledge? Come on.
And they should seek the law.
The what?
The law.
The what?
The law.
The law. Just like my brother right here, he gave you a law. While we in the midst of prophecy, we not supposed to wear a head covering. Only the women wear a head covering in the midst of prophecy. You see what I'm saying? Come on.
At his mouth. For he is the messenger of the Lord.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why we showing you. So by you still having your head covered while the scripture coming out, is you know that it's a law, but you choosing not to take off your head covering is you committing a willful sin. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason we was brought over here in the first place. Give me 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. Let me show you something.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Come on.
For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God. This ain't no hate campaign. Make no mistake. This is not a hate campaign. We love our people. What's going on, brother? We love our people, but we got to re-educate our people on what's going on. We got to re-educate our people on who we are. They say if you don't know who you are, where you come from, how you know where you going at? This it right here. Come on.
For this is the love of God. That we keep his commandments.
That we what?
That we keep his commandments.
The commandments, the laws, the statutes, it's all the same thing. We got to keep it and we got to apply them. Come on.
And his commandments are not grievous.
He say his commandments ain't grievous. So when that law come out, it shouldn't be, that ain't no hard thing to take off your hat real quick while you standing over here. We understand you at work, but the law, we got to go back and be obedient to God.
That's right.
Because anything other than that is sin. You see what I'm saying? Go back, give me 1 Samuel 15-23. 1 Samuel 15-23. Let me show you something.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and verse 23.
Come on.
For rebellion.
It say what?
For rebellion.
Hey, brother, my man, what does rebellion mean? Huh? Speak up, man. You a mighty man, man. Speak up, man. Talk to me. What that mean, brother? You're not familiar with rebellion? Rebellion is when you go against something. That's just like, you got kids? How old your little ones is? 18, 19. When they was a little younger, you tell them to clean their room, and they don't do it. What happens? Huh? They get in trouble for it. But by them telling you they ain't gonna do it or they don't do it, that's rebellion. They going against you. You see what I'm saying? And that's how the Most High God deal with us. When we go against God, it's rebellion. Read.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Rebellion against the Most High God is the same as witchcraft. That's the same as dealing with witchcraft. We're not supposed to be dealing in witchcraft. We're not supposed to be rebellious against God's laws. His commandments are not grievous, brother.
Right.
That shouldn't grieve you to take off your hard hat, to take off your scully. Give me Revelations 19:10. Give me Revelations 19:10. Matter of fact, hold on. Give me Daniel's 9:11. Daniel's 9:11. Hey, my brother right here. Brother,
hey, brother.
You off?
No, not quite.
You just got your little ones with you? Let me read something to you real quick. You familiar with God's commandments?
No, what's that?
God's laws? Did God give us religion? Did God give us religion?
Yeah.
He didn't give us religion, he gave us commandments.
Right.
He gave us laws. Read that.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 9.
Give me 1 Corinthians again. Brother.
Excuse me, brother. I'm bad.
Listen to this. I'm trying to teach my brother right here. We got to keep God's laws and his commandments. Okay? If we love God, we gonna keep his commandments, right? Yeah. That's your son?
Okay, yeah.
That's your son, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's your son. So guess what? You love your son, right?
Yeah.
But when you got to show him you love him, ain't it?
Yeah.
You can't just tell him, you got to show him, right? You got to get him clothes. You put food in his belly, right? Yeah. You showing him you love him. You feel me? So it's the same thing with God. You can tell God you love him all you want, but you got to show him.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now let me show you something. Give me 1 John 5:3 real quick. Hold where I told you. You got to get back to work. Man, real quick, man. I'm trying to show you something, man. Alright. Read that.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Come on.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
This is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
Right.
Love is an action. When you love somebody, you got to show them you love them. You got to show God you love him. That's an action. The Most High God, he don't deal with lip service. We got to show him.
That's right.
Come on.
And his commandments are not grievous.
They ain't hard to keep. Them commandments are not hard to keep. The Most High God, he gave us his commandments. He gave us his commandments and his statutes. Those was given to our people. Hey, brother. My brother. Brother right here. What's going on, family? Hey, you got a flyer? You got one of our flyers? You know what we teach? Hey, you been reading them flyers? Romans 15:4. So we got to re-educate our people. We got to show our people what the love of God really is. Because he don't deal with lip service. He said, by your actions are weighed. That's right. He judges by our actions. Where your works at? Where your works at? Give me read that.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Come on.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
The things that were written in this Bible, this entire Bible, was written for us to learn from and to apply in our everyday life. We got to open the Bible and we got to read the Bible.
Right. That's right.
My partner was telling me the other day, he went to a convention, a church convention, and he said that our church was the only church that actually had the Bible open, reading the Bible.
Right.
Read it again.
Romans chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
The things that are put in this Bible was written for our learning. So like I was saying earlier, we got to apply God's laws. We have to do his laws.
That's right.
That's what he wants us to do. James 2:17. James 2:17.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 17.
Read.
Even so, faith, if it has not works.
It said, if you have faith. The Bible says, if you have faith. Come on.
It's dead, being alone.
Read it from the top.
Even so, faith, if it has not works.
If you have faith without works, come on.
It's dead.
Is dead.
Being alone.
Being alone. You cannot say you believe in God. You love God. You have a faith in God, but you are not putting forth the works behind it.
You know?
Because this is the thing. We constantly say we have a strong faith, but we don't apply what the Bible is saying.
Right.
We don't have the works to go with the faith. The faith and the works go hand in hand together.
Right.
Read it again.
James chapter 2 and verse 15.
Come on.
Verse 17. If so faith, if it have not works, is dead. Being alone.
Being alone. You cannot have faith if you have no works behind it. You cannot say you love God and you're not keeping his commandments.
Right.
Because we all say we know God, but we don't keep his commandments.
That's right.
1 John 2 and 3, please. How you doing, sister? What's your name, sis? Do you love God, sis? What we teaching our people is who we are as a people and how to come back to God.
Right.
Because society today, they called us, excuse my language, they call us niggas. They called us black. They call us many different names, but we don't go by the name God gave us.
That's right.
What about the name that God gave us? Watch this, sis. Listen to this right here. Come on.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him. He said, hereby we know God. Come on. If we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
That man or that woman that's keeping God's commandments, that's the man or the woman that really knows God.
That's right.
You have to be keeping them commandments. Psalms 111 and 10. So sis, do you know that God called us the Israelites? The children of Israel. Have you heard of the children of Israel? Now make no mistake, these people still exist today.
That's right.
I'm looking at an Israelite.
That's right.
I'm looking at a real child of God. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people today, the lost tribes of Israel, are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people today.
That's right.
Make no mistake, that's who we are. We're not African American.
Right.
We're not black.
Right.
We're not Afro-American. God called us the Israelites.
That's right.
Read this.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10.
Come on.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. We got to go back to fearing God.
That's right.
Because judgment day is coming. Christ is returning. He will be returning. And he has a judgment for breaking his commandments. So we got to go back to fearing God. That's why we do what we want to do. Because we don't got to fear God no more.
Right.
Come on.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's the beginning of wisdom.
A good understanding.
A good understanding. Come on.
Have all they that do his commandments.
If you want to get a good understanding of God, you have to do what?
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
You see that? We have to do his what?
His commandments.
His commandments, sis. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Give me so God's people, we're the Israelites. Watch this. Give me Acts 13 and 17. God deals with a certain people. When you read throughout this Bible, he had a favorite people that he always dealt with. Those were the children of Israel.
That's right.
His people that he freed from the land of Egypt. Remember Moses? He put the spirit in Moses to free the Israelites from the hand of Pharaoh.
That's right.
He parted the Red Sea, and he brought them into their own land, and he made a promise that he will put them above all the people of the earth if they keep his commandments. Well, look at us now. We at the bottom of society.
Right.
We killing each other. We robbing each other. We hate one another. Why? Because we're breaking God's commandments.
Right.
Read what you got.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 17.
Come on.
The God of this people of Israel.
The God of who?
This people.
This people?
Of Israel.
Of who?
Of Israel.
God's people are the children of Israel.
That's right.
Come on.
Chose our fathers.
He chose our fathers. Sis, what month is this? February, right? What they say, this Black History Month? Sister, Black History Month, that's every month.
That's right.
That's all year round. 365. Our fathers. Come on.
The God of this people of Israel chose our fathers.
He chose our fathers. We are a spitting image of our forefathers and our foremothers today.
That's right.
That's why they hate us.
That's right.
Come on.
And exalted the people.
He did what?
And exalted
He always lifted us up when we was keeping his commandments, sis. We never were in this state. We always was a royal people, sis. Come on.
When they dwelt as strangers. When they dwelt as strangers in the land of Egypt.
Because that land didn't belong to us. We were strangers in that land. God gave us the land of Canaan and the entire earth. Did you know that? God gave us the entire earth, sis. You knew that? Give me 2nd Esdras 7 and 10. 2nd Esdras 7 and 10. God gave us the entire earth. to tread on. He said, wherever the sole of your foot tread upon, what did he say, sis? You know it. The entire, wherever the sole of your foot treadeth upon shall be yours. That was the promise he made to our forefathers. That still goes today. But we got to go back and keep his commandments, sis.
Right.
Read what you got, sis. Read what you got, brother. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 10.
Come on.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then say he unto me, even so also it's Israel's portion.
His what?
It's Israel's portion.
It's Israel's portion.
Because for their sakes I made the world.
Whoa, wait a minute. What did he say? Read it again.
Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world.
For our sakes he made the world, sis. This, all this what we looking at, this was made for us.
That's right.
He made this world for us to live upon. Read it again.
2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then say he unto me, even so also it's Israel's portion.
Israel's portion.
Because for their sakes I made the world.
For our sakes he made the entire world, sis. He made the entire world, sis. For you, for me, for all of our people. Look at us, we being oppressed. Even our Hispanic brothers and sisters. They trying to block them out with the border thing, abducting the children, separating the households.
Right.
They did that to us in slavery. But we are 12 tribes of one nation, sis.
Right.
Let me show you what God said about me and you. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let me show you what God said about me and you, sis.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Listen to this.
For thou art an holy people.
He said we are holy people. We are separated people. Holy means separated. I know we hear that word a lot, but holy means separated. Come on.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He chose me and you. What's your name, sis? Nikki, he chose you to be a special people. I'm looking at a princess. A real princess. Come on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose us to be a what?
A special people.
Sis, you are special. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. The problem is we don't know our value no more.
That's right.
We got to know our value. We got to know our worth. That's why we hate each other so much. That's why we always hating on the next man. That's why that little boy got shot down the other day. We hate each other. But in the God's laws, he say, love thy brother.
That's right.
We're supposed to love our brothers and sisters.
Right.
But because we are special people. Come on.
For the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
As a nation of people. What happened to our nation? What happened to the things Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all the black leaders, even Christ? What happened to the things that they fought for? They fought for the nation. We are a nation of people dwelling in a nation. We don't have our own country. We can't govern ourselves.
Right.
But that's what this Bible is. This is the blueprint for us to govern ourselves as a nation.
That's right.
We can't depend on nobody else.
Right.
We got to deal with the problems in our own communities.
Right.
Read.
Unto himself. Above all people.
A what?
Above all people.
Above all people. You will not hear this. They're not gonna read this to you in church. Look how thick this Bible is. You see this Bible, sis? This Bible is thick for a reason. This Bible is very thick. We need to open this Bible up and we need to read what's in this Bible.
Right.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How are you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd. For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sound wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.